Hey guys, Probable1701 here, and today we're going to discuss the recently announced standard editions of the Doctor Who The Collection set that will be releasing in the UK May 31st, I believe. And of course they are starting with seasons 12 and 19, the first two that were released in the classics, well I shouldn't say the classics, the classic Doctor Who series collection range. As I mentioned in my announcement video, I'm actually very happy about this. Great opportunity for people who haven't been able to get into the range because the limited editions are so hard to find. They sell out so quickly and they cost so much on the secondary market. It's a great opportunity for people to be able to get into this range without having to deal with the stress that can be involved trying to get into this range, because it can be a stressful endeavor. Couple things to get out of the way. I hear a lot of people on forums talking about, oh, they're like the US sets. No, they're not. Other than the fact they come in Blu-ray cases, they're not like the US sets. The US sets suck. The US sets look like this. Now, the standard edition UK sets will have a slip cover, but it's better than this flimsy slip cover that the first three releases of the US sets had, because this is just flimsy paper that slides off like that. And only the first three sets in the US had these. Most of them just come like this now. Whereas in the UK sets have much better looking ones. I'm sure they're going to be this kind of thicker cardboard, and they actually slide out from the side like this. And although I'm sure it's going to be bigger than this, you can tell from the pictures it's going to be bigger than that. But the slipcase does look to be of a better quality than what we get in the US. Also, in the US versions, all of the disc art is the same. You know, the disc art on them is just basically the front of the box set. And that kind of sucks. The UK limited editions have always had, each disc has its own individual disc art. You know, it's always representative of the story that's on the disc. The standard edition sets will continue to have that unique disc art for each disc, and for each set. So that's going to stay the same as the limited edition. Also, these don't really come with booklets. A couple of the early releases have this little sheet in it. That's it. And I think the later ones don't even include that. The standard edition UK sets are still going to come with a booklet. It's a cut down version of the booklet. Instead of like 24 pages, it's 12 pages. I think it's mostly going to be the disc content and some pictures, but at least you'll have the disc content and something that's not a flimsy piece of paper. And plus the artwork still looks better on the standard set, because at least you get a proper back on the back of it too. You get more images on it. So the standard UK set is still miles better than the American versions, which I constantly tell people not to waste their time on, because they're pretty bad. Another thing I like about this is I'm hoping maybe this means the scalpers won't be quite so bad on these. Although, to be honest, the limited edition sets are probably still going to go fast, because, you know, those of us who have bought every set so far, most of the sets so far, I mean, when season 24 comes out, we'll be a third of the way through this range. We're not going to just suddenly start buying the standard editions, because it's not going to match on our shelves, and a lot of people are way too OCD to have a third of them this and a third of them the standard editions. They just wouldn't look right together. So I'm in for the limited editions. That's what I'll be buying, because I want my set to line up. Plus, I just like the limited edition packaging. Some people have argued that the standard edition packaging could be better, because it will hold up better in the long term, which is very understandable, because these are cardboard, which over time can damage, whereas in the standard editions are the Blu-ray cases, that nice thick plastic, so they will hold up better and have more longevity possibly. And that's a fair assessment, because I'm going to be honest with you. Every time I hold one of these bad boys, I hold it like I'm holding a newborn. I am utterly terrified I'm going to accidentally damage it. I'm always like, okay, let's take it out of the case. I'm always worried I'm going to damage the J-card. I'm always putting it over here in the corner so I don't accidentally step on it. I'm setting it down gently. And then anytime I'm getting a disc out, I'm like, and then you're going through here very carefully, because you don't want to accidentally have the disc tray come unglued, because that can happen. Some people get theirs like that, where the little disc tray is not glued in properly, and over time that's a worry. But you're always trying to be careful, or if you're trying to get to the back one, or if you're, see, like right there, I actually, there's not a lot of clearance right there. Or if you're opening this part right here to fiddle around here. You know, I always handle these things like I'm paranoid I'm going to damage it. Same thing happens when you're putting it back in the J card. Gotta get it just right. Ooh. Seriously, I didn't handle my best friend's children when they were little this carefully. Yeah. Or anytime I do, like, say, a video when a new one comes out, and a lot of times when I'm reviewing the new one, I'll have either one of the old ones or all of the old ones in it, kind of do comparisons. So I have all of them sitting on my kitchen counter, and I'm always double checking my kitchen counter before I do the video. Okay, there's nothing sticky on here, there's no wet spots. Okay, it's nice and clean. Okay, I can carefully get them all out at once and set them up. I mean, literally, I'm just paranoid I'm going to damage one of them accidentally, and I'll feel like I lost a child or something. I'll be like, oh no, I got to go on eBay and spend $300 for a replacement. No. So the standard edition, at least I wouldn't be quite so paranoid. And I'm sure there are people out there who are going to double dip. You know, they can afford to double dip. They'll collect these for the, it looks beautiful on the shelf value, and then they'll get the standard editions as the ones they actually take out and, you know, take the Blu-rays out and actually watch. There are people out there, I'm sure, that will do that. It's just, that's something I would love to do. It's just the money involved, especially since I live in the States and have to import these things, and they're getting harder and harder to get here. But, you know, between COVID and Brexit, Amazon UK not shipping here anymore, Base doesn't ship over here anymore. Really, it's just eBay and Zavvi. And Zavvi already ticked me off on my Season 8 order because they canceled my order. Luckily, I'd have one coming from eBay as well, which is the one I have because Zavvi had canceled the one I ordered. So having to go through the process of getting those, I don't think I'd want to do that for a second version of them. I'd love to do it because I'd love to be in that boat where I just had these on the shelf to look nice and I could just mess with the others and actually watch the others. I'd love to do that. If I could do that, if I could afford to do that, that's what I would do. These would look pretty. The standard editions would also be lined up on the shelf, also looking nice. But those would be the ones I actually pulled out, took the Blu-rays out, messed with, yada. So I do understand the people who are just like, I'm just going to get the standard edition. It's less of a headache. They hold up longer, and I don't have to touch it with kid's glove. I can just grab it, pull it out, boom, be done. That makes a lot of sense. So I'm definitely happy these are coming. I don't think they're going to hurt these any. I do know some people who are just going to collect the standard edition from now on. I guess they don't mind, you know, them looking odd on the shelf having some of these or some of the others. Or maybe there's some people out there, they're going to sell their limited editions because they can get some pretty good money for some of them, and then just collect the standard editions so they don't have to deal with a headache. That's fair. I'm going to continue to do the limited editions. Part of me's tempted to get at least one or two of the new standard editions just to try them out, see what I think of them. But I don't know if I want to spend the money on that. But at the same time, I'd love, because you don't know how these are going to hold up over 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, especially if you're wanting to watch them and you're handling them more often. Whereas you could have your standard editions, you could just watch whenever you wanted. So what do you think of the standard edition? Do you like it as an idea? I'm sure most people will. Are you going to be getting the standard editions? Are you going to continue to get the standard editions? Or are you going to continue to get the limited editions and the standard editions? Are you going to continue to get the limited editions? Are you just going to get the standard editions, sell off your limited editions, get standard? What are you going to do moving forward? I'm curious to hear what you guys think down in the comments. I'm very excited. I'm not quite sure, again, what I'm going to do yet. We'll see, kind of decide how I want to do my money on this. That's the thing when you have this many hobbies and this much extra money to work with. You have to kind of pick and choose what you want to, which hobbies you want to spend your money on. So let me know, comment down below. I always enjoy talking to you guys. Other things to do, click the like button, click the subscribe button, click the bell for notifications. I've started a Patreon page. If you would like to contribute to that, there's a link to that down below. But most importantly, stay safe out there, and thank you for watching.